In this video, we'll be taking a look at 5 MLB games happening on June 19, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 10 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 5 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Minnesota Twins versus Cincinnati Reds. Major League Baseball action kicks off on Thursday afternoon with an interleague contest featuring the Minnesota Twins and the Cincinnati Reds. The Minnesota Twins have been a team defined by their streaks throughout the season. They experienced a significant winning run in late April and early May, but more recently, they entered Wednesday mired in another slump, having dropped 5 consecutive games and 9 of their last 11. On the mound for Minnesota, Chris Paddack has faced challenges recently, holding an 0-3 record in his last 5 starts. For the Cincinnati Reds, Nick Martinez's performance has varied this season, but the team itself has built positive momentum, securing 3 straight victories heading into Wednesday's play. When looking at home and away records, the Reds have a solid 19-16 standing at home this year, while the Twins have struggled on the road, posting a 16-24 record as the visiting team. The Twins' recent struggles are quite pronounced, with the team managing to win only 2 games since June 5th. Many of these losses have been notably lopsided. Given their current form, it's challenging to feel confident in the Twins' prospects. Chris Paddack's recent outings have contributed to this concern, as he has surrendered 20 hits and 11 earned runs over his last 18 innings pitched, and the Twins have lost all 5 of the most recent games he has started. In stark contrast, the Reds are currently playing their best baseball of the season, having secured victories in 10 of their last 13 contests. Nick Martinez, despite some inconsistencies, has been particularly effective at home. In 35.2 innings pitched in front of his home crowd, he boasts an impressive 2.52 earned run average and has held opposing hitters to a mere .215 batting average. It appears all of Martinez's difficulties have occurred when pitching away from home, as his performances at Great American Ballpark have been excellent. The Minnesota Twins continue to demonstrate a pattern of streaky play, making it difficult to feel optimistic about their current trajectory. Chris Paddack, with his recent struggles, does not appear to be the pitcher who can halt this slide, especially considering how effectively the Cincinnati Reds have been hitting against right-handed pitching. The Reds seem to be the superior team at this moment, and with the added advantage of playing at home in this matchup, they are well positioned to secure a win and claim a significant result in this series. As our first pick for this matchup, the Cincinnati Reds money line is our full game side pick. Regarding the game's total, the Minnesota Twins entered Wednesday's action having seen the under wager hit in 36 of their first 72 games, with 6 pushes, indicating a tendency towards lower scoring affairs. On average, the Twins are ranked 20th in the league, scoring 4.17 runs per game, a figure that drops slightly to 3.95 runs per game when they are on the road. The average combined score in Twins games this season is 8.25 runs per game, which decreases marginally to 8.08 runs per game when they play at their home venue, Target Field. Conversely, the Cincinnati Reds entered Wednesday ranked 8th in Major League Baseball, averaging 4.67 runs per game this season. They permit opponents to score an average of 4.1 runs per game, leading to an average total of 8.77 runs per contest in their games this year. When playing at home, the Reds average 4.51 runs scored while allowing 4.35 runs per game, resulting in an average total of 8.68 runs per game at Great American Ballpark. For the Reds, the under has been a more frequent outcome, posting a 40-32-1 record in their 73 games this season when compared to the projected total. However, given that both starting pitchers have experienced some recent difficulties, there is an expectation that this particular game will evolve into a high-scoring affair. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Los Angeles Angels versus New York Yankees. The Los Angeles Angels and the New York Yankees are set to conclude their 4-game series this Thursday afternoon. promising and intriguing matchup for baseball fans. For the final game of this road series against the New York Yankees, the Los Angeles Angels will hand the ball to left-handed pitcher Tyler Anderson. Anderson's most recent outing last Saturday against the Orioles saw him struggle, allowing 6 runs and recording just 4 strikeouts over 5 innings, ultimately taking the loss. Heading into this start against the Yankees, he carries a 4.44 earned run average and a 1.37 walks plus hits per inning pitched, alongside a 61 strikeouts to 29 walks ratio over 75 innings pitched. His performance has been particularly challenging throughout the month of June. Anderson has consistently failed to complete 6 innings in his last 3 starts, giving up a total of 14 runs across those outings. On the opposing side, Carlos Rodon, the Yankees starting pitcher, has generally been pitching effectively this season, with the exception of his recent struggles against the Boston Red Sox. There's an expectation that Rodon will bounce back in this game, delivering a strong performance that spans 5 to 6 innings. As our first pick for this matchup, the New York Yankees to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Leading up to Wednesday's game, the New York Yankees had been experiencing a significant offensive drought, having been shut out in 4 consecutive games. This extended period of offensive struggle meant the Yankees were looking to break a 29-inning scoreless streak and simultaneously halt a season-high 5-game losing streak during their Wednesday night Game 3 contest. Their offensive woes were particularly evident on Tuesday when they managed only 4 hits in a 4-0 loss to the Angels, marking the 3rd consecutive game they had been shut out, a first for the team since September 22 to September 24, 2016. In the series opener on Monday, despite collecting 8 hits, the Yankees still suffered a 1-0 loss in 11 innings, highlighting their difficulty in capitalizing on scoring opportunities, as evidenced by their 1-for-18 performance with runners in scoring position. While Tyler Anderson's current form might seem like an opportune matchup for a struggling offense, the overall expectation is that both teams will find it challenging to generate significant offense and blow the game wide open. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Pittsburgh Pirates versus Detroit Tigers, Game 1. On Thursday afternoon, Major League Baseball action continues as the Pittsburgh Pirates, currently positioned 5th in the National League Central Division, face off against the Detroit Tigers, who lead the American League Central. This game marks the conclusion of their 3-game series, taking place at Comerica Park in Detroit. The Pirates appear to hold a distinct advantage on the pitching mound for this series finale as they send rookie phenom Paul Skeens to the mound. Despite Skeens' talent, Pittsburgh faces a persistent challenge in generating consistent offense. This is evident in Skeens' starts, where he has received 3 runs or fewer in support from his team in 10 of his 15 outings this season. Conversely, the Detroit Tigers have demonstrated a robust offensive capability heading into Wednesday night's game. They ranked among the top 5 teams in runs per game across the league. Furthermore, the Tigers have been particularly dominant at Comerica Park this season, boasting an impressive 25-11 home record, while the Pirates have struggled significantly on the road, with a mere 10-26 record as the visiting team this year. Given these factors, the expectation is that Detroit will patiently wear down Skeens and then capitalize on opportunities against the Pittsburgh bullpen to secure a victory. As our first pick for this matchup, the Detroit Tigers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Looking at betting trends, games involving Pittsburgh have tended towards lower scores, with the under hitting in 44 of their 74 games this season, along with 3 pushes heading into Thursday's action. The Pirates' offensive struggles are further highlighted by their average of just 3.18 runs per game, which ranks 30th in the majors. This figure drops even lower to 2.94 runs per game when they play away from PNC Park. The average total runs scored in Pirates games is 7.14, decreasing to 6.8 runs per game when they are on the road. For the Detroit Tigers, the over has been slightly more frequent, with a 35-34-5 record on the season leading into Thursday. The Tigers are a potent offensive team, ranking 5th in the league with an average of 4.84 runs per game, although this figure slightly decreases to 4.67 runs per game at home. Defensively, Detroit allows an average of 3.7 runs per game, leading to an average total of 8.54 runs per game in their contest, which also dips to 8.11 runs per game at Comerica Park. Considering Paul Skeens' presence on the mound and the Pirates' ongoing offensive difficulties, this matchup is anticipated to be a low-scoring affair. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. St. Louis Cardinals versus Chicago White Sox, Game 1. The St. Louis Cardinals are set to face the Chicago White Sox on Thursday afternoon at Wright Field, with the Cardinals entering as slight favorites despite a closely contested recent history between the two teams. The White Sox have struggled significantly this season, ranking among the worst teams in baseball, and their pitching has not provided much relief. Schonberg, their likely starter, has been hittable this year, allowing 15 hits and 9 runs over his last 10.2 innings. On the other side, the Cardinals will counter with Eric Fed, who holds a respectable 3.65 earned run average and 1.28 WHIP on the season. Fed has been notably better on the road, hosting a 3.13 earned run average and holding opponents to a .211 batting average over 46 innings away from home. Despite the overall balanced record of 5-5 in their last 10 head-to-head matchups, the Cardinals have dominated recently in Chicago, winning 4 of their last 5 games there and outscoring the White Sox 30-13 during that span. With momentum on their side following a dominant series opener, the Cardinals are expected to secure a significant win in this matchup. As our first pick for this matchup, the St. Louis Cardinals money line is our full game side pick. Offensively, both teams have shown flashes of potential, and their recent encounters have been competitive. The over-under has split evenly at 5-5 in their last 10 head-to-head games, and the series opener saw a combined 14 runs scored, suggesting that scoring could continue at a high clip. The Cardinals have seen the over hit in 5 of their last 10 games overall, averaging 4.5 runs per game in that stretch. Similarly, the White Sox have also gone over in 5 of their last 10 games, allowing just under 5 runs per game in those matchups. Given these trends, as our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Milwaukee Brewers versus Chicago Cubs. In the final game of a 3-game National League Central Series, the Milwaukee Brewers are set to face off against the Chicago Cubs at historic Wrigley Field on Thursday afternoon. This particular matchup carries extra weight as both teams vie for position within the division. When you dive into the statistics for the starting pitchers, you'll notice some clear differences. With the Brewers, Freddie Peralta comes into this game with a 2-4 record, a 3.86 earned run average, and a 1.36 WHIP over 42 innings pitched, specifically across 8 home starts. On the other side, the Cubs are putting Cade Horton on the mound, who boasts a 1-0 record with a 2.7 earned run average and a .226 batting average against in a more limited 16.2 innings, spanning 3 home starts. Beyond the pitching, the offenses of these two clubs are operating on vastly different levels this season. The Milwaukee Brewers are currently struggling to produce, ranking 24th in MLB with a .679 team OPS and averaging just 4.31 runs per game. In stark contrast, the Chicago Cubs offense has been potent, sitting 4th in the league with a .760 team OPS and scoring an impressive 5.34 runs per game. Adding to Chicago's favor, they've also secured victories in 3 of the last 4 contests against the Brewers. Considering these factors, as our first pick for this matchup, the Chicago Cubs money line is our full game side pick. Shifting focus to recent trends, both Milwaukee and Chicago have showcased some of the league's best pitching performances over the past 15 days. The Brewers pitching staff ranks 4th in baseball with a respectable 3.03 team earned run average during this stretch, while the Cubs have been even more dominant, leading the entire sport with an outstanding 2.48 team earned run average over the same period. Interestingly, while pitching has been stellar, both offenses have experienced a dip in production throughout the month of June. The Brew Crew has averaged just 3.33 runs in their 15 games this month, and the Cubs are scoring slightly more at 3.73 runs across their 15 games in the calendar month. Furthermore, a strong historical pattern suggests a lower scoring affair, as the under has hit in 6 of the last 7 games when these two teams have played each other. Based on these insights, as our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.